Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel tonight is the one and only JFK and the legend. Yes, the legend. It is the Fox. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Ox, here. Evening, Fox.
Evening, Jimmy. Evening, lads.
And before the distress signals go, Mr. Bridge is okay. He's okay. No cause for alarms. Nobody get in panic. He will be about at some point over the next couple of days. Don't worry. All's well in the Bridge household. Merry Christmas, JFK. I've not actually spoke to you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Thanks very much. Merry Christmas to yourself and Fox. I'm good, mate. I got everything I asked for and everything I wanted. And
I spoke to you on Saturday. Forget I said that.
Well, so I did. I'm as bad as you. I'm better on the drink, aren't I? That's me off it. God's sake. I so we did, aye.
That was before the game. Yeah. Well, give your thoughts on the game then.
I thought that was the best team I've played this season in the league. Hibs, Spoonburners. They came and they did play the way I thought they would. I thought we were very professional in everything that we did. We were disappointed in Ryan Kent's performance the last few weeks, but apart from that, I thought Aribo, Hadji, Stephen Davis were absolutely immense. Tab was a wee bit slack a couple of times first off, but he came on to his own again as usual. It was a great game, mate, and the fact of 3 points won. Sometimes in the games it wasn't great to watch, you know. Very, very pleased with it. No debate for me that there wasn't any penalties for them. There was a stone waller for us when Porteous took the legs away from Kamal Roof, but it was a fantastic 3 points, mate. That's what mad. A bridge man every game, 3 points.
A bridge man, Fox. That could be a popular saying, but it was all about the 3 points as we discussed on Saturday after the game. Foxy boy.
Yep, the result was what mattered most to all the Rangers support, and we did that. We got the 3 points and march on to tomorrow night against St Mirren and hopefully do the same.
Since we're marching on to St Mirren, do you think you'd be right to maybe hear from Gary McAllister and then we'll get an idea about what we're planning and looking at for tomorrow night? Would that be fair with you, JFK?
Yes, definitely, mate. Batter in.
Foxy boy?
Sounds all right to me.
Right, let's hear for the assistant manager, Gary Mack.
Scotty's en route to, it's obviously difficult to try and find a facility to get a scan for Scotty, but he's en route as we speak, so we're just waiting for the results to come back, but it was, it's quite rare to see Scotty, lay down on a pitch and be carried off. He's generally very robust, so it was pretty disappointing to see him coming off the pitch the way he did, but we're hopeful that the scan shows up better than what that looked like.
Would that rule him out if it were to be as bad as first feared? Would it rule him out of not only tomorrow's game but also the game on Saturday?
We'll wait purely for the results of the scan, David. That's the position we're in. As far as Jacko's concerned, we're just going to have to be a wee bit more patient with Ryan as well. We're a wee bit hopeful that he could have been in and around the Hibs game, but he's unfortunate. We're just going to sit back and wait for Ryan to get fully fit.
How confident are you in the boys that you've got at your disposal currently that they can get you through what is a sort of huge 4 days for the club?
Yeah, I think it's been mentioned a few times that we've got a big squad, and I think that's what you need, to meet the demands of the schedule that we have. Obviously we're not focused in Europe at the moment, but the league schedule is very fierce. So this is where we've got to utilise and use the squad and try and rotate things, but being very careful of not disrupting the rhythm that we're in at the moment, because we're in a good place.
Do you think that sometimes the focus on specific incidents in games means that they overshadow perhaps what have been some really excellent results for the team?
Yeah, I think if you're talking about some of the incidents at the weekend against Hibs, I would agree. Maybe there is an over-analysing, because we felt it was a real strong 3 points, and it was a real difficult game against an opponent who came to Ibrox and had a goal and caused us problems. So as much we were really pleased with the 3 points, but there was a lot of talk about the incidents within the game. And I would agree with you. I think we just tend to overanalyze things so much up here north of the border. Whereas it's a modern day thing because of all this, the social media and stuff and all the media interest. But we can't take away from the fact that we adapted well to conditions at the weekend and adapted well to get we had to fight really hard through the entire 90 minutes and more to win those 3 points.
And looking ahead to tomorrow, when you've had 2 games against an opposition quite so quick together, is it a case of changing anything tactically, or is it more a case of saying to the players, we just have to be better than we were a couple of weeks ago?
A bit of both. You know, we debrief the game as we do it after every match, you know, and we're disappointed because obviously we've got a good record this season of keeping the ball out our goal, but to concede 3 was surprising. But we debriefed it, and there was some uncharacteristic little errors in there, which we obviously want to put right, and we don't want it to happen again. But it just doesn't involve the back 4 and the goalkeeper. It involves the entire team, and it's the entire team that's kept a good clean sheet record. As far as in the other side of the pitch, you know, we've got to trust our tactic. We've got to trust our forward players. When they go into that final third, they've got to take on the responsibility of getting shots away, you know, going for combinations and try to work the many different ways you can to try and break down the defence. And it's going to be tough. It'll be tough tomorrow. We expect it to be tough. St Mirren are in a great run as well, but we've got to trust ourselves.
Given that then, Gary, do you go in with a point to prove, or is it a case of the element of surprises away from St Mirren? Your guys will know exactly what to expect if they didn't already. I
think it's only natural. Look, when a player, when the game has been so close, the defeat is not that long ago. It's only natural for a player to think, listen, they turned us over. We need to get one back in them. I think that's a natural instinct that you'll have as any footballer right across the country should have. But we're aware that they're a team that's playing with a bit of confidence. You know, that they're in a good place as well. But we've got to go there, and it's got to be about us. We do all our due diligence on St Mirren. We know their strengths, but we've got to look at what we do on the night. And it's if we go there and perform and execute, we hope we can get the right result.
Gary, can I just grab you on just a manager that passed away this week, and Jim McLean? Do you have any memories of him, and can you try and sum up to the wider audience exactly what he did for Scottish football?
Yeah, as a young player, you know, obviously I worked under his brother Tommy at Motherwell, and Tommy was great for my career. And I suppose the two of them are similar in the fact that they both have an amazing love for the game. You know, they are, and you can see that, you know, their hunger and desire and the way they approach games and the discipline, but also the thing for me is a young player at Motherwell, you know, in the early 80s, you know, Dundee United were a team that had tremendous flair, you know, and you think Hegarty, Neri, Kirkwood, Milne, Bannon, Sturrock, they had some fantastic players, and they played a real attractive style of football. And it was sad to see the news. As much as I didn't have any direct dialogue with Jim. You could always feel his passion for the game, you know, and he was a big forerunner in Inverclyde as well. You know the Scottish education system of helping coaches and young managers. He was right at the forefront there, and I feel for his family.
Just wondering how difficult it can be to keep the players focused on tomorrow night's game when there's such a huge game coming up immediately after it.
Oh, listen, we're as I think it's been mentioned quite a few times this year. You know, we're fully aware of the schedule. We're fully aware of what fixtures are near. But the big strength and what the players have shown is their focus to fully concentrate on what's directly in front of them. And the next game is St Mirren. You know, and once we play that game, we'll turn our attentions to the next one. But we are fully focused on just concentrating on going to St Mirren and getting the right result.
Given that it was St Mirren that knocked you out of the cup, does that one hurt just a wee bit more because there was silverware directly at stake, and does that spur you on for tomorrow?
No, absolutely. There was disappointment, you know, and that's only natural. The game's been debriefed and it's been dealt with. We were more interested in what sort of reaction the players would come up with and that's been very positive. 9 points since that game, a couple of clean sheets, scored 3 goals on 2 occasions. So we're disappointed with the result, but the reaction has been very, very good.
Gary, taking the European games out of the equation, is it fair to say that St Mirren are the one team domestically that's caused you the most problems?
Well, the thing is, we've got a lot of respect for the way that they defend their goal. They're probably a product of their manager. He was a very, robust centre back. So their attention to detail when they're defending their goal is very good. And that's the conundrum we'll have tomorrow. We'll go there, but it's as much as we respect what St Mirren are doing and the fine run that they're in. We're fully focused on us. It's about what we do. If we go there and execute and play to our capabilities, hopefully we can get the right result, Peter.
And how important do you believe it is to make sure you get that win, bearing in mind the enormity of what's coming in January the 2nd?
Well, as we go into nearly every fixture from day one, we've been under that pressure to get the right result. So this is just another game. Our preparation is short because obviously the amount of games, but we'll just begin into this game like we have been in the last 3 since that poor result in the cup, fully focused, looking to get the win.
Well, thanks for that, Fox. Thanks for that. A wee bit short in midfield, it looks like JFK.
Who is?
Potentially.
Yeah, can't see it, mate.
Well,
But I mean, I've put my team down for tomorrow night, and I know Ryan Jack's out, and Arfield's probably a major doubt. But I think my midfield's the back five, we'll call it, our goalie, our fourth, and our midfield. Well, midfield we get the same as any 4 for any 8 and any 8 positions, mate. I mean, my team tomorrow will be McGregor, Tav, Golson, Balogun, Barisic, Aribo, Kamara, Zungu, Hadji, Morelos, and Kent.
So you're not playing Stephen Davis?
I'd rest Stephen Davis for a big game on Saturday, mate.
Oh no, I think you're going to put them all to bed first, and then you worry about Saturday.
Aye, but I think that team is a good team.
I'll have a large iron brew on your rang.
All right, okay, we will see.
I think I'll give you my team then. Yeah.
There you go.
I think the team tomorrow night will be. I've got Hollander playing instead of Balogun in the back 4, same as you there. Stephen Davis, Glenn Kamara, and Joe Aribo. With Alfredo Morelos leading the line, Roof and Kent. And I thought long and hard about Kent, whether to play Morelos out there, get him on the pitch, maybe take Kent to the firing line. Hadji's done okay. I've still got my own thoughts on him, but he's doing okay at the moment. But that would be my team tomorrow night because of the kind of game. Anyway, Mr. Fox, hopefully with the midfield particularly, go through tomorrow night's match unscathed.
I hope so. I would play Stephen Davis as well. I think he makes Rangers tick for the middle of the park, and I think a lot of good stuff stems from Stephen Davis, and people talk about his age, but I have no doubts he's still got the legs to play in there 2 games a week.
Is you thinking just saving him for Saturday, JFK?
I'm not saying I'd play him part of the game. I mean, he still would be a sub at some point, but I'm just looking at the what we've got, the dearth of wealth we've got there. I mean, Zungu's due in. I disagree with you on Hadji. I think Hadji scored 3 in the last 3, and so I think he's worth a go up there again. And I would play Morelos because I've got a feeling Morelos will not playing Saturday, and I think he'll play him tomorrow.
Right, okay. What's your rationale there?
I just think he tries too hard against them, and it's going to be the monkey. He's got to get the monkey off his back sooner rather than later. But Roof's playing really well now, and Alfredo's, when he's on, he's playing well in his cameo parts. But I'm just thinking I would rather stick with Roof against the Puddle Drinkers on Saturday. No other reason than that. I know Morelos is our number 1 striker, but he's not getting on number one striker at the moment. So that's why I would give him a game tomorrow and probably no Saturday. Unless he scores a hat-trick tomorrow.
Again, I'll have a large. I'll double up that iron, but maybe go with a Twix as well then with that bet.
No chocolate for me, mate.
All right, okay.
Just
for an apple then. An apple.
Oh, an apple, an orange, and that. I'm all right, especially orange.
I think Morelos will start on Saturday personally, but there we go. But we need to get them all out of the way first and foremost. I think that the point Gary McAllister's making, Fox, would we can't do any planning to see how we go to tomorrow night, yeah?
Well, tomorrow night's the most important game at the moment. I don't think we can afford to play any sort of weakened side. I think we've got to play our best side, get the result, because it's 3 points at the end of the day and you only get the same for Saturday. So get these 3 points in the bag and then look forward to Saturday.
Would you say the side that I picked, Fox, is a weakened side?
No, I don't think it's weakened, but I think we've got a good midfield balance at the moment, and I wouldn't go changing it to put Zunga in. Mm-hmm. The only thing I like Joe Aribo, but I don't like him playing in the right-hand side in the midfield. I'd rather see him up front, swap wings with Kent for a wee bit of a change and let Kent come in for the right-hand side and Joe Aribo for the left. They're both, for me, Kent can play with either foot, but stronger on the right. And I'd like to see him on the right for a wee change and Joe Aribo on the left.
All right, if people want to join us, give us their thoughts, Fox. What's the number?
Number is 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. You've got any call but old school blue. If you phone up, hang up, and we will phone you back. And then we'll bring you into the conversation. Pretty easy, JFK, isn't it?
Definitely. Come on and talk about the famous Glasgow Rangers.
Yeah. Well, what's a good thing is, and don't take this the wrong way, JFK, what's a good thing is that people are naming different teams. Because it wouldn't be that long ago that people's teams would have been pretty much identical. But the fact that people see it slightly different, want different players, and I think that's a positive rather than a negative.
Of course it is. I mean, that's a discussion we've had many times in the last couple of seasons because of the amount of players that we didn't have. You know, some of the players were really poor quality. But when you look at the squad that we've got, you know, okay, we've lost Ryan Jack, we know that, and we possibly could lose Scotty Arfield. But if you bring the other guys in, to the midfield, I don't see it'll damage the way the team plays much, if anything at all. And especially the back four. And up front, as we know, we've got a fantastic amount of players up there that can come in and play. So, we could all probably sit here and say that the 11 we'd like to play against the spoon burners and the puddle drinkers and that and sitting midden. But what is our strongest 11 at the moment in time? I think we could all probably put a different team, maybe a wee one or two players of a difference, you know. I mean, you're saying about Hollander or I would have still played Balogun, but that's the beauty of it. You know, Zunga, I would say, you say Davis. And I agree with what you're saying about Davis. I know, and I agree with Foxy saying that, of course he can play 2 or 3 games a week. And I'm not dismissing that St Midden are going to be there tomorrow night, but I'm still sure that that was a glitch against them in the Cup. And I think we kind of overestimated ourselves, and I think that cost us on the night. So no, I think we'll take care of them tomorrow quite comfortably. They'll probably do the 4 and the 5 or the 5 and the 5 again. Should see.
Wouldn't be surprised. Fox, it's a big game for us tomorrow night. Obviously, we've turned for home. We've played 20 games. We're starting to chop them off. Every game becomes more and more exaggerated. We're going to be more nervous. But once we can get this Saturday out the way, we'll then go 8 days before we play again. We're fatigued, we're not playing all these games. So hopefully we can go back and move up again come January.
Aye, well, the 8 days are important for me. Rangers play a high-intensity game of football where all the players put in great shifts, mate. And the That's my only fear about the Rangers side of news. We use up a tremendous amount of energy from game to game, and we've just come through a run there of playing every midweek and then at the weekend. So those 8 days are important for a wee rest for the squad. Maybe get any sort of wee knocks out the way and get ready to fire into the home stretch.
Aye, by the time we get to January, after the game on Saturday, we'll get 16 league games left. They're notching them off, Jeff.
Aye, we go into that game and there's a great possibility we could be 19 points ahead with 16 games to play, and then that's when it starts to. No, I don't know if my heart will take anywhere, but it's going to be exciting, mate, and let's hope that everything goes well all around the world in whatever way the COVID and that, and there's no any cancellation for any games. There's a lot of things happening down in England. The games are falling like a pack of dominoes that down there, guys. Let's hope it doesn't come up here.
There's potential, but obviously, hopefully we can move on with the R rate drops and the vaccinations kicks in, particularly for the older guys like yourself and Fox.
Aye, well, I agree with that. Aye, definitely agree with that. It's going to be exciting, and this next two. I mean, I'm kind of jumping over the fence, as they said, for the St Mirren game. I've got my mind's racing by the Celtic game.
No, but you can't, mate.
I know I can't, but I can't help it. I've got myself playing them on Saturday to go 19 points ahead, and I need to come down off the ceiling because we win tomorrow night. It'll be great getting into the game. Just wish we could all be there. But we'll be there in spirit. Well, I'll be there in Iron Brew, no spirit.
It's like the week Fox had when he was going out with Marlon Monroe on the Wednesday, but he'd Rackle Welsh on the Saturday, and he blew the two of them because he didn't concentrate, We've got to get Wednesday out the game with a W next to his Fox. It's a big game.
Of course it is. That's how I want to play the strongest team that we can field. We need to put this lot out the way, get a wee bit of revenge for our cup exit, and I hope we turn them over quite easily. Then you can start to use your 5 substitutes off the bench and take off your more important players then. But first of all, get the game put to bed.
Here. Come and join us. What's the number, mate?
Number is 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. We've got on the call by Old School Blue. Phone in, hang up. We will phone you back. And then we'll bring you in a conversation. Aye, you went for Hollander, Fox. Who did you go for centre half? Sorry, you went for Balogun.
Balogun, mate. I went
Hollander,
for
Fox. Who did you go with?
I would still stick with Balogun. I think he had a quite comfortable game at the weekend, and I don't see any rate. I like Hollander as well. It doesn't make much difference who plays amongst the 3 centre halves we've got. We seem rock solid at the back. So whatever the manager thinks is good enough for me.
Right, fair enough.
Can I just ask Jimmy, see to fit in Zungu, as you were saying, Jimmy, would you risk playing Stephen Davis a wee bit further up the park on the right-hand side?
Oh, I'd like to see that as well, aye. I mean, I agree with you in that sense, mate, aye. Yeah, I would. I'd like to see Zungu and Davis play a full 90 minutes, mate. Probably in there with Kamara.
All right, we've been joined by Shuggy. Evening, Shuggy, how we doing, mate?
No bad, pal, yourself.
Merry Christmas to you, mate.
Same to you, pal. Same to you. Same to all the people on the bench as well, on the feed there.
How did you get everything you wanted?
Well, I got the Rangers win, so that's all that matters to me at this present time.
Yeah. What's on your mind, brah?
Just listening to what McAllister had to say today. I think the next 2 games are very important to where we go actually in the season, because I feel that if we can take the 6 points in the next 2 games, I don't think they're going to catch us. I mean, obviously you can't really predict that, but I think if we go 10 points in front of them, I think hopefully we'll sail away with it.
I hope you're right, mate. Potentially 7 out of the next 9 would see us in a good place, mate, you know. But 9 out of 9 would just be ideal.
Oh, it could be brand new, mate. But looking at the team in the last couple of games, I've got to say that I'm a wee bit worried about Tavernier going back onto his... because I don't know whether they've sussed us out, but since we got beat at St Mirren, teams seem to be sort of slightly changed their formations against us, and they seem to have sort of like blocked us for playing the long ball from Galston, and the shape of the team seems to be a bit, I don't know whether this is the right word, but a wee bit lopsided, if you understand where I'm coming from.
I mean, obviously, Tavku, God's sake, if he'd have kept up that form, it was unbelievable. Fox, you can take that, mate. You're a studier of Tavernier.
I don't know. I think if any sort of manager in the Premier League would understand that most of your danger comes through the wings. But this team seem to adjust as they're playing and always find a way to win. And I think we're good enough to come through the middle of sides as well as on the wings. And sometimes when we've got two teams we're playing against, have got 2 up front, we do ask for full-backs to maybe stay back a wee bit more. But I've no qualms about. They can try and shut Tav and shut Barisic down. We will find a way round every side. That's my feeling.
The good thing for the last couple of games is the forward players have started going chuggy.
Yeah, definitely. But I think the only thing is, I think, you know, sometimes I probably do overanalyse too much, but it's only because I want the best for Rangers, obviously. But
we're all a bit like that, mate. We're all a bit like that, yeah.
But what I feel is that the last couple of games we've not actually been on his full straps, and
would you accept that we won against St Johnstone in second gear, mate? Because when we go to the third goal in the second half.
Yes, I would, but I also felt against St Johnstone that I felt after 20 minutes that we were going to cut them open anyway through Aribo, because I mean I'm like, you know what my brother's like with Jack. Well, Aribo's my man. I call him Bambi on ice, because I just think he could skate through any defence in that league. You know, but I think if Aribo's on his game, I think we'll tear them apart when we play them, because I just think they're there for the taking. But you never take, you know, you can never look too far in front. No. But you know, that's just me.
I maybe get what Shuggy's saying there, JFK. We're maybe no scoring the 5 and 6 goals, but we went away to St Johnstone with Motherwell with our 13 guys standing in the goal line. And obviously Hibs was not a bad game. I suppose if you were a neutral, we wouldn't be happy that we didn't get the second goal to maybe take the pressure off us, but we've still scored 7 goals, 3 games and conceded 1. It's okay, isn't it?
It's okay. I mean, it's just squeaky bum for us thinking, you know. I mean, no, it's not about riding our luck. You know, we're 1-0 up against the Spoonburners, and you're thinking, no, the last thing you want is, you know, a last-minute goal and that. But that's the way teams are setting up against us, especially the 5 and 5. That was horrible to watch. I've heard many people say it's probably the worst game of football I've ever watched. Never mind a Rangers game. And I totally agree with that. But we're going to have to cope with that, you know. And that's what's sitting midden all day tomorrow night. And as you've always said, if a team comes out and plays against us and they become expansive, then lo and behold, because we done it against the puddle drinkers, they couldn't deal with our wing backs, right? They couldn't deal with Tavernier, and we destroyed them, you know. So they're bumming about playing 2 up front. They're 2 big strikers, as they're calling them. No, we're not even going to name them on Saturday. But if they come out and try and play that way, then we'll destroy them. I mean, there's no much chance of them scoring against that back 4, I see. But our wing backs will need to be quick up there. But again, it's what Tavernier is trying to do sometimes is produce that final ball. And then I thought for the first 10-15 minutes there, against Hibs. It was kind of lost. A lot of people say, can he tackle? I used to think that myself. I think he's a great defender, and at 29, he's the ultimate defender now. I think he's an ultimate Rangers player. But sometimes I think his memory just kind of goes at that moment in time. A couple of times in the first half an hour, he kind of get caught out, especially for the ball come right across, and they nearly scored in the first 2 or 3 minutes, didn't they?
I think we overanalyse a lot. I think the thing is, we are harsh critics. Messi and Ronaldo don't play the perfect game of football.
No.
You know, people make mistakes. The ball bounces off them. It happens, Shuggy.
Aye, but you're all kidding aside, though, Ox. Rangers are the perfect side because we're the best team in the world.
Oh well, I'll give you that, Shuggy. I'll give you that.
But no, I think what it is I just, like I've said before to you, you know, on previous occasions, I just wanted so much to take that league off them because, boy, oh boy, will it be some party?
Oh, I know, mate, I know.
I'm going to kind of swear here, right, in a way, and I don't mean that. Well, I was asked yesterday, and I tore his head off. It was my neighbour, round the corner. I met him when I was out with the dog, and he says to me, would you take a draw on Saturday? I couldn't believe a Rangers fan said that. You know, we need to go out and win every game. Every game's a big game.
You want to go out and win it. You want to go out and win it. Of course. In the whole scheme of things, if we took the next 3 games, if we took 7 out of 9 points, we would be in a more favourable position, particularly if we beat them. Yeah,
beating them is puts. I agree with Harry. It puts it right out the park for me.
But they would take 6 out of 9. We would only go a point further away from them, but you would have 3 games less to play. You know, look, but it's important, Shug. Tomorrow night we need to do the business.
By the way, it's not tomorrow night; it's tomorrow afternoon. By the way,
afternoon, 3 o'clock. Aye, 3 o'clock.
Sorry about that, but I just thought I'd put you right. I don't want you missing the game, like, you know.
Don't worry, that'd have been fine, mate. That'd have been fine. But listen, mate, tomorrow we have to get 3 points, put it to bed, and then all focus goes to that game on Saturday.
Oh, put it down, mate. I mean, I watched that. I don't know if you watched that about the Ibrox disaster last night. This is really what I wanted to ring in. I think the BBC are absolutely putrid.
I've not watched it yet, mate, and I've had some feedback on it. Obviously, they've done documentaries before, and they've got their spin on it. And we know that somebody who's been on the show was interviewed at length for it, and I don't believe they used any of the footage. Obviously, there's some political agendas there, Shug. I wouldn't like to give them oxygen for their fire, mate.
I'm the same, pal. I'm the same.
You know,
I'm the same, pal.
But people can,
because to be honest with you, when I watched that, obviously because of what it is and the theatres and everything that goes with it, it's very, very poignant anyway. And then when they said that in the last few minutes, I was like, I was raging for it, you know what I mean? And
are you
just took everything away, like.
Are you surprised?
Not at all, no. Not at all, mate. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised by the BBC at all, but you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you are or what you know. You know, respect costs nothing.
Oh, yeah.
If they can't respect for you know, supposedly a BBC, whatever they call themselves, British Broadcasting Company, is that say any more? That's all I've got to say on that one, like. But don't get me on my ears with that one.
Well, Bridgeman's still taking tablets. Folks, if people want to join us, what's the number?
Number is 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. We've got in the call by Old School Blue. Phone in, hang up, we will phone you back, and then just wait, we'll bring you into the conversation. Shug, what's your team tomorrow night?
My team would be more or less the same team that played the last game against Hibs, but I think I would start with Morelos.
All right, mate. Just I'm hearing rumours, mate. Is there any truth in the rumour that somebody from Leeds sent you Glens as a present and you sent him Grey Goose? Is there any truth in this rumour that's circulating?
I don't go where rumours get up. You know what I mean? Rumours can glorify everything. You know that yourself.
No, I'm talking about the Christmas present for your brother.
I wouldn't listen to a lot of rumours, mate. Just let rumours pass you by.
All right, mate. All right. You got that one GFK, didn't you?
I knew which one you was talking about. Aye, but at the end of the day, rumours are rumours, mate. Don't believe them. That's all I can say.
We've been joined by Gary. How we doing, Gary?
I'm good, boys. How we doing?
All right, mate. Yourself?
Not bad. Trying to work out what day it is. Do you know what day it is?
It's Tuesday, mate.
July, Thursday, December.
I'm nervous about the tomorrow night, or the Mora, boys. To be honest with you, I'm more nervous about the Mora than I am about Saturday, believe it or not.
Is that what you're basing that on, the last game?
No, just I don't know, the squad's inexperience, previous history of not the St Mirren fixture, but just worried the boys take their eye off the ball. You know, I'm sure that they're working against that and putting all the things in place that they need to, but I'm just hoping they don't. I'm just nervous that football's a funny game, as we know, and things can change very, very, very quickly.
Come on now, Gary. Keep the faith, Gary. Keep the faith, mate. Keep the faith.
I'm not being negative. I'm just saying I am nervous. I think we're playing really well.
Have a word with him, GFK. Take his nerves away.
I'm hanging up. Graham just came in for his work and he's handed me the new Rangers vodka, dark berry vodka, royal blue vodka in a beautiful bottle. Thanks, son.
All of a double.
Oh. Can you mix that with Iron Brew?
You can mix that when you like, mate.
Thanks, son.
You better send some of that down to Leeds. For Andy.
I lost the train of thought there, guys. Gary was saying he's a bit nervous about tomorrow night.
Aye.
I don't see it how he can be nervous, but everybody's different for different games. I think we'll win against them quite comfortably. I spoke to Swap It for Glenn. Somebody said Smurf. I don't see us falling away the same as we have the last couple of seasons after the new year, and I can't see it. I think the squad of players we've got now, and I think the mentality they've got. I'm more nervous about what's going to happen in Saturday because I want so much to be 19 points ahead of them, and I'm looking forward to it. And I know I keep going back. We should be going game by game, but it's the way I'm feeling now. The build-up's just starting to. The butterflies are starting. You know, when you reach 51, the same as Yorkshire, you know, things start to happen to the body. You know,
I don't think we're incapable. I don't think we're incapable of getting the result. I think we're more than capable of that. I think it's just way the League Cup quarter final. Maybe I don't know. Just overthinking it. Maybe where the boys will be over. They want to go and improve a point because it's St Mirren and they put them at the cup and give them that motivation. But I don't want them being too over motivated where they go out and try too hard. They just need to go out and play their game and be professional and get the job done. Try and get that early goal.
Gary, sorry, I don't know if you heard me say at the start of the show. See the last game against St Mirren, I got the impression that the players kind of turned up as if they expected to win. Did you get that impression in the cup game? The way we played on the night?
I've not watched it back since, but on the night, I think it's hard to, because I think we played well enough to win, but I think the last goal typified our performance where, right, we've got the equaliser, we'll take it to extra time, and then bang, we got caught again. That kind of typified the night for me where, we never really...
But we can't change that result. We've got to look forward. Anyway,
I'm
talking about people
I'm not dwelling on it. I'm just...
Well, talking about people who look forward. We've been joined by Big Stevie. How are we doing, big man?
How you doing, lads? All right, Merry Christmas to you all.
Stevie boy, bad, pal.
How are you, Stevie boy?
How we doing, big man?
Brand new. Ox, absolutely brilliant. I'm listening to some of the chit chat, no just tonight, obviously, for the Hibs game, and some of it I can't get my head around. I mean, all right, we beat Hibs 1-0, and you're on the edge a wee bit going into the last couple of minutes of the game, but see, we go step back and look at the game. If it wasn't for the Hibs keeper, maybe 2-3 point blank saves, one off the line. Let's be honest, the Morelos chance should not have got one at the end. It could have been anything like 4-5-1. And people are saying we could have struggled against Hibs. I don't think we did struggle. Hibs had a good side. You've got to give them a bit of credit. They're playing well. Jack Ross has got them gone good. But if it wasn't for the keeper on the day, let's be honest, guys, it could have been 3-4-1.
Yep.
McGregor made one decent save. And get into this game here, you believe me, the Bears have got the bit between their teeth. Maybe they were a wee bit casual in the cup game. Maybe they did get their eyes opened a wee bit. But I'll tell you, I'm expecting Rangers to go tomorrow and get a comfortable 2-0. I can't see St Mirren scoring at all, guys. I really can't. No less they get a referee's decision against us. I can't see it. But I'm really confident. And let's be honest. I mean, I was listening to the crap on some of these social media, on that other radio station tonight, and I normally don't do it, but I was driving about and I was listening. The other mob at the other end of the city seemed to think that if Edward and Wee Thumbhead play together, we're going to have problems. It wasn't that long ago. One was in rehab and the other one was getting subbed halfway through a game because he wasn't good enough. So to me, guys, we need to, I'm just saying that the general thing to our support now, they're starting to get a wee bit nervous, maybe because the last couple of results. But when you look what we've done since the St Mirren game, we've showed no weakness. We've always been at top of every game. We're playing teams after part, and you're always going to get the Motherwell scenario, aren't you? 11 men in the penalty box, and in the 6-yard box, if you want to put it that way. That's hard for any team to break down. But we've done it. So, guys, I'm expecting tomorrow Rangers to go out professional performance and get their aim back for them putting us out the cup. I'm telling you now, we know what to expect this time. So I'm expecting us to, when we get the goal, to kill them off. And I'm expecting a comfortable 2-0. And when I'm saying 2-0, probably 2-0, and then we'll start using substitutes to keep one eye on the beggars. But we've got to put the game away first and foremost. I don't know what you think about that.
We play, we win, mate. It's all about us with the right attitude and the right performance. By the way, the St Mirren game, apart from a mad 20 minutes, when we lost the penalty just before half time in the second half of the game, it was won by traffic. Let's be honest about it.
Everybody knows that, but there's people talking about that. You're listening to people on different, BBC telly and Clyde radio, and they're all nitpicking at stupid things. No, they believe that they actually believe that they're in their shit. I don't think. Still take on their problem. We've got to beat them. It's going to be a hard game, but they're coming to your place. We've already gubbed them 2-0 at their place, and they can make all the excuses under the sun about their players and everything else. We're bringing on £5 million players instead of Edward now when they're playing. So I just don't know what the panic is. Have a wee bit of faith in Mr. Gerrard, the backroom staff.
What's your team tomorrow night, mate?
My team is as simple as I'm putting in Mr. McGregor, and then it'll be Tav, Golson, Balogun, Barisic, and then it'll be Davis, Kamara, and Aribo. And then I'm going for Ruth, Morelos, and Kent. Is that right?
Aye, that's fair enough. Gary, back in you come, mate. I hope the nerves are starting to go now.
I used to live in the drum. Drum Rye Road East when I was a wee boy. There you go. Aye, that's no bad. You're fast Eddies. Anyway, no, I think I'm just Ox. I think I'm not nervous. I'm not rattling. I know how important
the drink for Christmas, mate.
Mention that. I might go and get myself a wee drink. No, I know how important this next
I
6 days
get
is
what
for
you're
us
saying.
as a club.
You're nervous because
I'll tell you now, we're almost there. We've got one hand on the trophy, right? I think everybody knows that, but we've not won it yet. And see if we get these next 6 days right, mate. We've all but lifted the trophy. That's how important this next 6 days is for us.
We've been joined by
evening
caller. How are we doing?
Aye, good, thanks. Aye, good.
What's your name, mate?
Lee.
How are we doing, Lee? All right, mate? Nice to speak to you. First time on?
Aye, no bad, mate. Aye. Merry Christmas, by the way, guys.
Merry Christmas to you. What's on your mind, mate?
What's on my mind? I was listening to that guy there, and he was saying, have faith in Mr. Gerrard and that in the backroom stuff. I 100% totally agree with what he says. I think looking at the Hibs game, if it wasn't for the Hibs keeper, then I do think it could have been maybe a 3 or 4-0 game. I think. And going back to that cup game against St Mirren, I would dominate possession, would dominate most of the game. Just silly goals to concede in the end, but I think we'll be right up for the game tomorrow. I really do, and I think it'll be maybe a 2 or 3-0 game in the morning.
And you're picking the team, Lee. You're Mr. Gerrard. You're picking the team. What's
the
your
team tomorrow? I think it'll be McGregor. I think he'll maybe freshen up a wee bit, but obviously there's no much because obviously Arfield's injured, and I do think it'll be much, maybe 1 or 2. I think maybe in goals will be McGregor. The back four will be Tav. I think he'll maybe rest Balogun for the weekend. I think he'll maybe bring back Hollander tomorrow. Play him and Hollander, Golson and Barisic. The midfield will be Davis, Kamara, Aribo. I think Hadji will play because he's on form. He's hit a bit of form now, Hadji. I think he'll play. I think Kent will play, and I think Morelos will play. I think he'll rest Roof tomorrow night.
All right, okay.
I think, that's what I would. That's what I would go for anyway. I think Roof could have a wee rest going into the weekend. Morelos is fresh. He's been on the bench the last couple of games since came on. So I think that's what I'll go with tomorrow. What about yourselves? What do you think, guys?
Can I come on there?
Aye, you go, man.
Aye, when you go.
How you doing? Listen, I think the Mora is just as important as when we play Celtic. I mean,
no, definitely.
110%. The Mora is just every bit important as against Celtic. We have got to get these points to the back of Mora. It's just every battle is vital to get the 3 points of Mora as it is playing them on Saturday. Trust me, guys, we need to field our best team in Mora to start off with, the best that we could possibly put in the park. Man for man, we should kill them. Rangers, we should be going out there. We're Glasgow Rangers. Man for man, we should do them. We play with one and take that into the game. But we've got to get these points. We can't take the eye off the ball here. These points tomorrow are as more important what they are saying.
Aye. We should even. I don't think we should even talk about Saturday anyway. When we get the game, we get that game tomorrow.
Obviously, Lee, it's to back everybody's mind because it's a Saturday and what the game is. But if you're the management team, you can't start planning that to 5 o'clock tomorrow night. JFK.
No, you can't. No,
I know you're saying you can't plan it, but they will be planning it. Come on, look. I know the old cliche is one game at a time, right?
One game at a time.
And I can understand that, but you're not going to tell me that in a part of his thinking is what's going to be coming in Saturday. I've never believed that. It's just an old cliche saying, one game at a time. You know, I just...
The
players will be thinking
one at a time.
The players will be thinking about the game on Saturday. Some of them will have one eye on a game against the If
they've not got their 2 eyes on the game, they'll get beat them on a night.
How we use... can I ask you something, guys? How we use... How you guys feeling about the game tomorrow? Are you confident? I know it's St Mirren, but look,
We'll send you
to
to Gary. We'll let Gary for Corby answer that one. Gary?
Mm-hmm. As I said, I come on there. Is it Ian, is it?
Lee.
Yeah, Lee.
I'm not. They're both similar names, right? Anyway, I said I was nervous, but what I mean by that is I'm not nervous to say that I don't think we're capable of getting the result. We should be able to turn St Mirren over with half our team out, right? We should. But what I was trying to get across is that these next 6 days, right, where we face St Mirren tomorrow and we're going to the game on Saturday, it's not even that. It's 4 days, right? This is probably the biggest 4 days in our last 10 years, right? Because if we go out tomorrow and we do the job, right? And then we go into that game on Saturday, right? And I'm not nervous about Saturday. I think the only way Celtic win is the fluke it. I don't see them turning us over or dominating us.
No,
and I can go into the tack. They've got so many unanswered questions, right? And the only reason I'm not nervous about Saturday is because Celtic have got so many questions. One of the reasons they lost the last Old Firm when we dominated them was because they had 5 Old Firm debutants, right? They've got the same sort of conundrum this time, right? Because in midfield, the best midfield that we could face on Saturday would be Turnbull and Sorrell, right? But they've two have never played. They've not played a lot of football anyway for Celtic, never mind Old Firms, right? And if they go in, that's the best football in midfield we could face.
And the keeper
but I'm coming to him, right? My point is that if they want to go with the
just a second, Gary,
Brown on
Lee, let Gary finish. We'll bring you back in, mate. All right. Carry on, Gary.
So my point is the best football midfield we could face is Sorrow and Turnbull. So I think they've found something there that works at the moment. It's peppering over the cracks. But if they play them 2 young lads, right? The experience in the Rangers midfield, especially with Davis playing right, he'll run that midfield. Now, I'll take you further than that. If Celtic fans want 2 up front, in order to do that, they've either got to sacrifice somebody in midfield or they've got to sacrifice somebody in defence. They've either got to go 3 at the back or 2 in midfield. If they go 2 in midfield, they'll be number 3 to 2 in midfield, go 2 up front. And they can't go 2 up front because then our wingers will have an absolute field day.
Yep.
So there's so many moving parts in the Celtic game, it's all on them. We don't have to change our system. So that's why I'm not worried about Saturday. I'm just worried that the players go, like the Rangers, the Rangers players and the Rangers squad, they'll know as well what I'm saying. So they're sharpening their knives at the moment and sharpening their claws to go into that game on Saturday, right? And whether we like it or no, human nature dictates that they will. And like you're saying, Ox, if they don't have their eye on tomorrow night, 2 eyes on tomorrow night, then we will face a tough game because you can guarantee St Mirren will be buoyant because they beat us last time. My point is that we need to be focused on tomorrow night, right? But the boys will, second nature, human nature, the boys will be thinking about Saturday. And unfortunately, that's the way it is. And that's what makes me a wee bit nervous. So I'm hoping that Gerrard can just drum into the boys tomorrow night, St Mirren. That's what makes me nervous. It's not that we can't do it.
And you come, Shuggy, you're sitting there patiently, mate. Boys are easy.
Yeah, I think Gary's got a very good point there because I think at the end of the day, if you look at the St Mirren game back over, even though I had a few swallows like watching it with a bit glazed eye, we dominated it, and I think we know that we're better than them, and we know that it was just a blip. And if his attitude's right, and I believe it is, like Gary McAllister said in his interview today, it's going to be they're going to kick, they're going to goods, they're going to do a good win type approach again on us and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we know we're the better football team, and we just say, right, well, you might have knocked us out of that, but hang on, there's a big prize at the end of May coming here, and we're taking it home this time. No second chances to them monkeys up the road. No second chances to nobody. We're taking it this time. It's ours. And that's all we've got to remember. Them players have got to remember. This is ours for the taking. Nobody can stop us but ourselves.
Can I come on?
And you go back.
What's you kind of got to
go for it? Listen, it's not often I do it, but I'm going to disagree with Jimmy, right? And the rest of the boys that are agreeing with him. The only way Rangers will have one eye on the weekend, the Celtic game, is when they're 2-0 up and they're changing the game maybe taking players on and off. I've listened to every single one of us guys on here, listen to Stevie Gerrard's interviews, and he's mentioned nearly every interview when he's asked about the following game, and he'll tell you, we take one game at a time. The backroom staff take one game at a time, and so do the players take one game at a time. Now, every manager said after every interview how honest he is, how brilliant he is, how he's this, that, and the next thing. Now, I'm telling you now, Rangers are concentrating on St Mirren, the Mora, because it's just that every bit as important getting the 3 points as it is on Saturday. And the only time that Rangers will start thinking about Celtic is when we're 2 or 3-0 up, and then we can start shuffling the pack a bit to give people a rest for the Celtic game. There's no way in the world that we're even looking at the Celtic game now. And you can't. We might get injuries tomorrow. You don't know. We just can't do it. I know people are saying that, but it's human nature, the will and all the rest of it. But I'm gone with what the backroom staff, they've done it for the start of the season and they've not got it wrong yet. And everyone has agreed when he's been speaking that every time he tells you one game at a time, we're concentrating now on this. But he's asked about games previous and all the rest of it. Beforehand, games a fortnight ahead, he says, well, we've got a game before that, we concentrate on that. Now, I'm telling you guys, St Mirren the Mora is very, very important. It's a big 6 days we've got here, coming up 5 days. Rangers are professional. We've done all right so far. Many games have we played this season. We've been beat once in a cup game and the Bob are playing the Mora. So it's worked. Whatever they're doing's worked. And they've got no other eye on the ball than Mora bar St Mirren. That's my opinion. And it's normally, I don't disagree with Jimmy or what any of the boys are saying. Especially but I get it, it's a bit human nature, they'll be looking, going, oh, we've got Celtic. But listen, guys, Stevie Gerrard, the backroom staff, the team have got it right so far. And I believe sincerely they're only concentrating on St Mirren tomorrow. Until they've got a couple of goals up and the management then can maybe take the pressure off a wee bit and say, right, let's get Roof off, let's get him off, but we've got a game on Saturday. But until that, no way. This is a big 3 points tomorrow, guys.
Definitely.
JFK, before we go to the tune.
I can appreciate everything that Stevie says. No, look, I disagree with you. You know, I still think the Gary McAllister did say the next 6 days are big for us. So he's obviously thinking along the lines of the next game as well. And I think it's just human nature. No, of course it'll not be foremost in their minds, but there'll be a bit of them there that'll be thinking about the excitement about playing the puddle drinkers at Ibrox on Saturday. No, I've no doubt about that. But Big Stevie's right to a certain point, and that's just human nature. There will be players who'll be thinking about the game on Saturday, and that's just the way it is. But I don't think it'll interfere with the way they play tomorrow.
Tickets is normal, JFK.
What's that?
They'll not be worrying about tickets is normal.
No, well, that's true. Aye.
Jimmy, yes. All I'm saying is, buddy, see if we get into the game tomorrow thinking about Saturday, we'll drop points, mate. St Mirren will beat us, but if we go in to that game with YI on Saturday, that's when you start dropping points. So I'm telling you, they've got to get into that game concentrating who they've got in front of them. And that's the wee worry I've got there. But look, if we play with one, we're Rangers. We've played everybody and we've played most teams half apart. Yep. See, I can't believe some of the way they're reporting on. Do you think Rangers struggled to beat Hibs?
I agree with you.
Penalty kicks. The goalkeeper was outstanding. We Alfie should have finished it and made it 2-0 at the end up.
Yep.
It should have been a 3.
Listen, get yourself some mute. We're going to have a tune.
We are the Rangers FC. We are the people, you better believe. We are together, we're doing the fancy all over the world. We had our troubles, but now they are gone. They tried to kill us, but the Bears we stood strong. We are together, doing the fancy all over the world. Lucia by Bronx, for Lancer a dream. Follow, and God save the Queen. You'll hear us singing, doing the fancy all over the world. in Barcelona in 72. We beat the Russians by 3 goals to 2. Still celebrating, doing the bouncy all over the world. Glasgow Rangers are back where we belong. Blue sea of Ibrox, and we're still going strong. We wear our colours, the red, white and blue. We wear them proudly like blue noses do. We are together doing the bouncy all over the world. The pride of Scotland, but that's nothing new. The pride of Glasgow, and Glasgow is blue. We are together doing the bouncy all over the world. To be a blue nose, it fills us with pride. We are united, we'll never divide. We are together doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world.
All right.
What a
thanks
song,
for
by
that.
the way.
Not the same without Briggs singing in my ear.
No.
He's got the voice of an angel. Is that right? Am I saying that right? Is that right? JFK, voice of an angel.
Voice of an angel. Aye. Yep. Is that Bridgeman or the guy that's singing?
He got a new wallet for his Christmas, Bridgeman. Lovely, lovely.
Aye.
I love it. Oh, superb, mate. Oh, must have cost a few quid. He traded it in for his old one. Now, his old one was never used. All right, we've been joined by another caller. Evening caller. How we doing?
Hi guys, all right?
All right, what's your name, mate?
Jordan.
How we doing, Jordan? First time on?
First time calling, mate, aye.
Aye, good on you, mate. You have a nice Christmas?
Really good, guys. Hope yourself.
Aye, JFK get everything he wanted, didn't you, JFK?
Oh, definitely. Everything and more, mate. Everything and more. I actually managed to get a couple of Rangers shirts that fitted me.
I'm not having that.
They're made in Yaras, mate. Same as yours.
I'm not having that. What's on your mind, Jordan?
Just wanting a couple of questions. I was always listening to the phone in there. Compared to the squad we had last season, because this time last season we were celebrating a great win over them, beating them 2-1 at Parkhead. I was watching the games, getting all nervous. And then, as you know, I went to Ibrox a couple of times after this Stranraer game, and then I think it was Ross County and St Mirren. And I could see right away there was a bit of nice days, you know, we just weren't playing no at all. What my question is to you guys is, looking at this, what we've played this season, you say it gives us a benefit of doubt that we're going to go on and, you know, we're well clear, but there's an assurance that we're going to go on and maybe go through the rest of the season maybe hopefully unbeaten compared to what we had last season.
All right, I'll take that first if you don't mind, JFK, then I'll go to Fox with it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Listen, I think the problem we had last season, we relied on Morelos that much that as soon as he wasn't in the team or he didn't play, that we just dried up in front of goal. Well, this year, Morelos has hardly scored a goal, and I think we're scored more goals this season. Not a lot more, but some more. So I think we've got more attacking threats that we didn't have before this time last year, and I think that's helped with bringing Itton and Roof in, and it's really up the squad. Fox?
Couldn't disagree with you. I think that's as well as I could answer that question as well. Why we failed last year, nobody has any real knowledge of why.
That's more like thinking. JFK.
I think the depth of pool we've got now. And I think, I mean, a lot, no a lot is, but there was a lot of people questioning whether Gerrard was the right man to continue with the job. But obviously, and Fox kept saying to us, look, we need to be patient. He's got a game plan here, and I think now the game plan's starting to come into fruition. And I think we can see that. You know, I mean, I see you could probably pick any 4 for 8 for the back 4, and the same with the midfield, and probably any 6 for up front, maybe even 7. So it just shows you the depth of pool. We don't have the Middletons there now. Guys like that, Nae Hermity likes that, and Burjonis, boys like that who maybe star for us in the future. Well, Burjonis, I think, might. So, no, looking at the pool of players we had last season, and as you say, Docs, here, we seem to did rely on Alfredo last season, but he's no scoring as much or at all at the moment. And we're getting goals everywhere else, especially if the captain. Fantastic.
I'll come in there, guys, a wee minute, if you don't mind.
There you go, pal.
Aye.
Welcome to the EE voicemail.
Carry on, mate.
Sorry. No, I think Morelos is he's as if he's not an actual goal scorer now. Do you know what I mean? But I think it can't be denied. Every time I watched the Hibs game at the weekend, and he did come on and say to me that I should have made it 2-0. But the way he holds up the ball now, compared to what a lot of other strikers have got now, is different class. I've got to admit. But as I say, the problem he's got now is, and he's paid to do it, is put the ball in the back of the net. So I don't know how many times Gerrard's going to give him a chance at the end of the day.
He's void of confidence. Guys. We look a better team than Morelos is in it, in my opinion. Who was that? Aye. Was that Lee?
Aye. Sorry about Morelos. What did you say about Morelos being in the team there?
Me personally, what did I say? I think we're a better looking team than Morelos is in it, even though he's void a bit.
Aye, me as well. I think he's no scoring the goals. Now, I've seen a lot of comments on the pages on Facebook and that about Morelos, how shite he's been this season. Sorry,
what's your language, mate? What's your language?
Sorry, etc. But honestly, he's not scoring goals. But you see, there's a different side to him this season. There's a different game to him this season, and we are getting more goals through it as well, through the team as well. As you say, look at Tav. Look how many goals he scored this season. You know what I mean?
Hello.
I think.
I'll cut close to Lee. We've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Hello there.
Good evening.
What's your name,
How are you? Merry Christmas, lads.
What's your name, mate?
George.
How we doing, George? First time?
Not too bad.
First time?
No, I've called before. You took a mickey the last time, so I ain't called for a while.
All right, mate. How you doing? All right?
No, I'm just thinking, I agree with most of what the lads have said tonight. Mm-hmm. But I think Rangers get 3 points tomorrow night. I think Saturday will take care of itself. But I think maybe because of the Jim McLean thing, I think Dundee United might do something tomorrow.
It never crossed my mind.
I know you think, I know they've let us down in the past and all that, but I just think maybe still get in the equation,
Mm-hmm.
I still think they'll need. Sorry?
I'd never even considered that JFK. I hadn't even considered.
No, do you know, I didn't even come into my mind because, I'll be concentrating like everybody else in the Rangers game, and I've always said on here, no, never mind what they're doing, it's what we do. We keep winning every week.
I know that, but I'm a bit removed from it because I live in England. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen this happen time and time again, where something happens to a club and they're up for it.
You mean a kickback, change of manager, something emotional kicks in? Whereabouts are you, George?
Sorry?
Whereabouts are you?
Southampton.
All right, okay. All right. Somebody get the show on in the background. Can you turn it off, please?
No, it's my missus. She's pressed the ring button on her phone. Right. But we're all right now.
All right.
But, I can just see maybe we're thinking too much about this. I know we're all Rangers fans and we're 100% Rangers fans and it's what Rangers do. But Celtic will be a bit worried about tomorrow, I reckon. Because they're not playing well. The puddle drinkers ain't playing that well.
First and foremost, is JFK says we've got to go and look after our own job and win the match.
Exactly. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I think I'm looking further ahead because if we should take 3 points for St Mirren tomorrow night, no problem. If we get 3 points Saturday, then I just hope our lads don't think, oh, we've won the league, because who's coming next? I don't even know who's coming next.
Aberdeen.
That's how I'm thinking about it. Well, there you go then, you know. And then, you know, McInnes will be jumping at the bit to try and beat us, won't he?
Oh, everybody will be chopping at the bit to try and beat us. You've seen
Oh,
it.
yeah, I know that, mate. I know. I can see it every week, you know. Last Saturday's game, the Hibs game, we should have been 4-0 up. The goalkeeper put 3 cracking saves. And Alfie should have scored one at the end, shouldn't he? He was just a bit unlucky. He needs a goal, that boy. When he gets a goal, he'll start scoring.
You'll be fine, mate. Hopefully, he saved them up for us.
I don't care if it is him in the arse and goes in off the bar, but I don't, you know, as long as it goes in.
Yeah. Well, the boys on the phone. Lee, would you play Morelos the next 2 games? Lee? Aye. Would you play Morelos the next 2 games?
It's Jordan.
Oh, no, there's more than... I think Lee's... We've still got a Lee on the call, mate.
No, my name's George.
There's another 5. There's another 9
is
people
it?
on the call.
Is it? Right, see, you're so popular, mate. You're so popular.
I don't know, but I'm not even popular in main house, mate.
Not in Glasgow, probably, but I mean...
I'm not that far for you. Anyway, we've been joined by Bob here. How are we doing, Bob here?
How you get on, lads? I presume you all had a very Merry Christmas.
Bob here.
Great. Brilliant. I've been listening to all the discussion tonight. Really good. Excellent again.
Bridgeman's missing in action, that's all I'm saying.
Is he?
Dear.
dear.
And Summers vouchers, he's not been seen since.
Oh, I see. Aye. Oh, well, there you go. You can't have everything, but Bridgeman might be getting everything. You don't know. Good evening, lads. I've been listening to the discussion here about things in general. Listen, it's us at 16 points in front. How many league wins is that in the spin? Is that 12?
Yep.
Aye. Well, let's hope it's an unlucky 13 for Mr. Goodwin tomorrow night. And this is what we're going to look forward to. Just take one game at a time, as the man says. First things first, tomorrow night. He's going to set that team up the way he set it up in the cup tie. And they're going in way over.
Still something on, but...
So, somebody's got their...
Hello?
Carry on, Bob.
Hello?
Carry on.
They're going to come in with over-the-top tackles and all the rest and try and tough it out tomorrow night, that's all. That's the only way they can play against us. They don't have the ability and the class we've got, and they know it. And that's how they're going to set up. That's how Goodwin will set up. We'll get round that. We'll get the 3 points tomorrow night. Is it 8 o'clock tomorrow night?
3 o'clock in the afternoon, mate.
Is it 3 in the afternoon, is it? Yes, I never knew that, lads. And it shows you much attention I pay to the press in this country.
My big gripe about that is that we've been left to our own devices to try and get the game. Absolutely shocking.
Again.
That's 2 weeks running, 2 midweeks.
That's right. That's exactly right, aye. Mm-hmm.
Shocking it is, shocking.
Oh, well. That's shocking. That's abysmal. But, hey-ho, it's 3 points that's the ultimate importance tomorrow before we face them on Saturday. Forget about them on Saturday. Just concentrate on this tomorrow. We'll have too much flair, too much ability. And I'll make a prediction to you that Alfie Morelos' season will start here. I will start now. You wait and see. He looked as sharp as a tack when he came on Saturday. They've been working on the boy. And he'll start to produce the goods again. So I'm sure a lot of you agree with that. We've had all the analysis about the night. So carry on, lads.
All right, GFK, in you come.
I agree about the analogy, one game at a time, and we'll not go into all that, bother be thinking of the game. The next 6 days is the biggest 6 days in Rangers history for a long, long time. Because no doubt about it, come the end of the Saturday, 2nd of January, if we win that game plus a win against St Midden, I can't see anybody catching us. But we just need to keep it going and keep it going every week. As I've always said to you, concentrating what Rangers are doing, whatever they're doing there, I don't care. It's a bonus if they drop points, fair dues. As long as we keep winning, they can't catch us. It's simple as that.
No.
What we do is more important than anything. And we can look at our shoulder and think, whether they dropped or no. If they do good, it's a bonus for us. But we need to keep winning. As long as we keep winning, they've got to keep winning, and that puts more pressure on them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you'll find they're going to run away weeks.
Yeah.
You're right, Bob. Yeah, that's the thing. That we start knocking off the games, and not just the points behind. They're running out of games to get back as well.
Well, I mean,
sorry, I was going to say, guys, when do they play their games in Hon? Because I've been looking at the fixture. I can't even see where I
think one in January and one in February. Is it such a mate? No, I don't know when the other one is.
We keep winning, as I say, and then maybe they drop points. I'm not convinced. I'm convinced they'll drop points even before they even play their games in Hon. And then effectively, as long as we keep winning, we could be out of sight. We should be brilliant.
But first and foremost, that's how the tomorrow night's so important for us, Shuggy.
Aye.
Just another tick in the box, Shuggy.
Definitely, mate, definitely. Listen, it's not about them. It's not about them. The cream always comes to the top. I've always said it from when I've been speaking to you about it before. Cream will always come to the top, and they know it's going to happen. They know they can say what they want. They can mump their gums. They can have the press on their side. They can do whatever they like. The cream will come to the top, and Rangers will rise again.
No, then it's got a 16-point lead.
Aye, but we've got a 16-point lead. But the thing is, we've not got a 16-point lead because they believe that they're going to win the games in hand. So, So let them believe what they want to believe, because they believe in whatever they want to believe in. So we've got a 7-point lead, 20 games on the board, which is another 2 games down really because we're 7 points in front. So there's 22 games on the board. So there it gives you 16 games left in the league. We beat them twice. That gives them 14 games left in the league. Plus we'll have got another 6 points on top of them. So we'll be way over the mountain before they even catch us.
That's statistics, but no fact. We need to make it fact.
Yep.
But we won't make it fact. That's the point because we believe in our club, don't we?
That's the thing, that the problem they've got themselves in. If 3 draws in the Old Firm games now, all of a sudden you're heading towards single figures and there's still the points behind us, so because you can't predict the future. But as they said last year, it's points in the bag it counts, wasn't it? If I remember right.
Yes. Yeah, well, that was it. That's what. That is points in the bag, and look, I hear all the rumblings, with the other side, and especially some of the green-eyed, green-tinted pundits and that, they're saying, but we'll look at it's really only a 7-point. Well, look, you've got to win the games. A bird in the hand, as they say. It's a 16-point gap, and they've got to pull. They're not guaranteed winning the games. We've got the points in the bag. It's up to them to catch it. And if they can, they can. If they can't, they can't. Which I don't think they will. I mean, look, there's a possibility we'll drop something along the line, but I think they'll drop more than us. And I think that'll start again on Saturday.
Anyway, I'll be joined by Alex. Good
evening, Ox. Good evening, gentlemen. Merry Christmas to one and all.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Alex. Everything you wanted, mate?
Aye, well, so far so good. Aye, we've still got that 16-point lead, so that'll do for now.
Here, mate. What's on your mind, bro?
Just enjoying your chat as usual about the game tomorrow night. I'm expecting a physical game again. St Mirren, I thought, ruffled their feathers in that cup game, and I think that was a wee bit of a shock to the system for a few of the guys. But I think he'll revert back to our strongest formation.
What's the team then? Give us your team.
My team would be our usual back 5. McGregor in goals, Tav, Golson, Balogun and Barisic back at left back. I would go Davis, Kamara and Arfield in the mid.
I think Arfield's going to be injured, mate. They're away getting him.
No Arfield. Aribo, sorry.
Right.
Picking up there. I would actually leave Kent out. I don't think the wee man's been firing for the last couple of weeks, so I would like to see Itten play tomorrow night with Morelos in the middle and Roof floating. So
good choice, good side.
Itten's in there for his physical presence, because Hadji, I don't think would be able to cope with the physicality that St Mirren would bring. But you've always got him to bring off the bench as well.
All right.
Oh, well.
You think he'll change the shape?
No, he'll not change the shape, because Itten's came off the wing a couple of times at the kind of inside forward role that he played. He had a great role that he played in that in Lech Poznan, and he's also done it at Kilmarnock as well. So no, but we keep the system and the formation, but just a change in personnel with putting Kent and Hadji on the bench and go more physical, because they'll no bully Morelos the way they did Itten in that cup game. You know, meet fire with fire.
I get your point about Kent going firing on all cylinders, but he seems to be one of the teacher's pets, doesn't he?
Oh, aye, but he's no been firing as he was at the start of the season. That's my kind of point. But hopefully, you know, it's one of them. But I'm no way Gary. I'm quite confident that we'll come out with the right attitude this time. I think our attitude let us down the last time, and the conditions obviously they were up for it. Gerrard will get them focused 100% on this game. We can't afford to look forward to Saturday. This isn't a gimme. This is a 3 points that's going to take us towards the title, and that's what they need to look at it as.
See when you mentioned the previous game, Alex, we'll take this, and Jordan, I'll go to Jordan mate, after you, mate.
No, I'm here still, sorry.
Right, Jordan, that last game, Alex, right? We were in complete control. We went 1-0 up. We should have had a penalty kick when Golson got pulled back with Adams and Webber. We weren't playing brilliantly. We controlled the game till they got the penalty kick. You know, and I mean, I know we never won the game. We had a mad 20 minutes. It cost us ultimately because we lost 2 stupid goals. But I don't think we were as red rotten as people were making it. We controlled the game without being outstanding. And the whole game changed in that penalty.
100%. It was a rash challenge for Bassey, and that changed the whole complex of the game.
Should have still had Davis and Kamara on for the start, in my opinion. I don't think they picked the right team that day, the midfield.
On you go, Jordan?
No, I'm just saying I think Davis and Kamara should have started that game that night. I think it was, what did he pick? Zungu, and who else was it he picked in midfield? Zungu,
Aribo, and Scotty Arfield, mate.
I don't even think Arfield had a good game that night, to be honest. But Davis could win me the difference. But as I say, tomorrow night he'll start with Davis and Kamara. There's no two ways about that. I like, got to say, I do like Bassey. He is good, but that night he didn't cover his own glory. But
there was one time once, I remember I had a bad game. It was only once, but Ham's to the best days.
Aye.
Yeah.
Anybody can have a bad game. The boy had a stinker. In fact, if you watch it back, even when we were on tap, he wasn't passing the ball great. But Hams, JFK, Hams, didn't it?
Of course it does, you know, and we've come through playing poor in part of games and still come away with the 3 points. So that's what makes a champion team. I just couldn't believe some of the negativity that I was reading, you know, about Ryan Kent at the weekend and things like that, you know, drop him and all that. But they were poor and that. But look, I just don't see what game they get some of these guys were watching. Yeah, I know Ryan Kent, I'll agree with that point. He's not been playing well at all in the last 3 or 4 games. He's been in and out of games, kind of loses concentration quite easy. But I thought overall against the Spoonburners, I thought we played some nice football. And I agree with what Big Stevie said earlier on. And I think we should have won 3, maybe 4 that day. The goalkeeper pulled off a couple of cracking saves, and Alfie missed a cracking chance. So let's take the positives. But as you said, Oxia, we're allowed bad days, and to play poor on the day and still come away with a full points, that shows a mark of champions for me. And I'll take a bridge.
Champions, I like that. Anyway, we've been joined by Alex from Wisher. Evening, Alex, and many happy returns. I was going to say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you all. Ox here. Great show again tonight. Great show tonight. A lot of good comments.
People, you can feel there's a how do I put this, Alex? There's a bit of tension in there.
Is there? I just what do you call it? I honestly think we'll beat them 2-0 tomorrow. No problems at all. That's how confident I am. I don't see a problem at all. But the strongest team out, get the 3 points.
And
That's all that matters with Rangers.
What is that strongest team, Alex?
McGregor, Tav, Golson, Balogun, Big Bonner, Stevie Davis, Kamara, Aribo, and up front, I would have Ruth, Morelos, and Kent.
That's 10 of the same as 11. I've got Herlander in place of Balogun, but
all right, that's a good choice as well.
But
that's a very strong team. That's a very strong team, and that's what it's about. This is important. These 3 points tomorrow. This is a massive game for us.
Yep.
But anybody's got a bit of negativity at all. I don't see the way Rangers has played all season, undefeated right through. I honestly believe you won 2-0 tomorrow.
All right.
Can I come in here, boys?
On you go, Bob.
We beat Benfica, we beat Poznan, we've been through these games in Europe, we beat far superior sides. We're talking about St Mirren tomorrow, boys. We're going to go 4-5-1 and come out with a determination that the manager is going to install on them. With that team there that Alex just quoted there, it'll be too much for them. I'm confident we're going to beat them 2-3-0 in the morning. I think so. As you said, no negativity, all positiveness. Let's go for this. There's a league championship at stake here. It's a big period, the biggest period of the season coming up. Let's go. Get Scotty Arfield fit and we'll be fine. You agree with that?
Yeah.
And you come,
100%.
Gary. And you come, Gary. Gary, if you got me.
Aye, I'm here. I'm not being negative, guys. As I say, I just hope we get. I just want to watch a game and watch us win. That's it. That's all I can say. I think you hit the nail on the head, Oxshare. There's a bit of tension in there, and that's what I feel. Tension. Maybe I've worded it wrong and said. I understand it, mate.
I understand it. And if you think there's tension,
that's it.
If you think there's tension in the other night, wait till we win tomorrow night. And start talking.
I think I'm going to start. I think I'm going to start drinking tomorrow afternoon and no stop until the second. Because I just, as I said, these next 4 days, guys, right? If we play our cards right and we go out and we do the job, this is the biggest 4 days in the last 10 years, in my opinion, because all roads lead to all.
I think they've been very short-sighted. It's a big 10 days for us, mate. We've got a week at St Mirren.
Aye. No, and then you've got Aberdeen as well. But, I think that it's not done until it's done, right? I'm not counting that. But I think we could... We have the potential going into Saturday to do a real number on them and not only get 3 points and go 19 clear, but we also have the potential to do a real number on them and send a real psychological message. But we've got to get the job done first, right? And that's what I'm nervous about, because I know we're capable of doing it, but can we deliver it? Do you know what I mean? Because I felt capable before, and I know what that's...
We've all been to these games, mate. We've turned up with right good sides. We've got turned over. We've went as underdogs and won. Let's be honest about it. Yeah. We might be FAVs for the first time in a long time, but it's not a game you would put your mortgage on, is it?
Certainly not.
No.
Certainly not. So yeah, no, I'm just hoping. I'm hoping the Rangers team can turn up and do what they're capable of doing, because we all know and feel that we're capable of doing what they're doing. But we thought that last year, and we thought that before, and we are only. I looked at it earlier. We're 7 points. No, I can't remember what it was. 4 points better off than we were last year.
We're only 3 points better off, mate. They're 6 points.
You know what I mean? Yeah, this is the reality of where we are, guys. It's, you know what I mean? It's hard to get your head around that, but we're playing better football. We look better, but we thought we were brilliant last year. We just have to keep a finger on the pulse. That's what I'm nervous about.
We were brilliant last year, up to a point.
Aye. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we were. We can't allow a repeat this year, simple as. But you think about the position we were in at the New Year last year, where we only went a point in front of them at Parkhead, Gary. Now you're talking about a potential 19 points in front of these people, and you're talking about us being tense. Oh, I'll tell you one thing. It's true what Chris Boyd said to Hearts and them. You must have heard them at the weekend. Oh, the pressure's all on Rangers. And Boyd turned around and said, well, I'd rather hear Rangers pressure than them. And that was exactly right. I'm glad you're in the position you're in. You're in a great position.
They know what they're trying to do. They're trying to turn all the pressure on Alex Kelly.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
We've seen them coming out. They're trying to get other teams' opposition managers are trying to crank the pressure up.
Exactly. Start with the Mora. Start with the Mora.
Bob, your name Bob, B-O-B.
They're trying to turn the tables on us. But I tell you, we weren't actually on top of the league at any stage last year, if you remember. We were always that game behind. No, we weren't. We were 2 points behind with a game in hand when we beat them on the 29th. So we never...
Okay.
Absolutely right, pal. Absolutely right.
I'll stand corrected.
Is that the bridge?
Corrected, lads.
Merry Christmas to you.
It is. Thank you very much, guys. Merry Christmas to everybody else.
Merry Christmas, bud.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Oh, so I just wanted to say something, pal, before I let the bridge man in there. I heard a wee start there at the weekend, and some of you might not be aware of this. See, their prolific striker, Odsonne Edouard, he hasn't scored a goal from open play for the first game of the season.
Is that the guy who got 70 million and meant to go into AC Milan?
You know what I mean?
That's a fact, mate. Yeah.
Yep.
40 million Dembele dollars he's worth.
They're on about how prolific Edward is, Griffiths is, and they've played Hamilton Accies, a depleted Hamilton Accies, a Ross County team that are bottom of the league, and a Kilmarnock team that hadn't won a game in 7, and all of a sudden they're meant to be a challenge to us. Nah.
Good luck to them.
It's all about us, guys.
One at a time, lads. One at a time. Or we'll start having to drop people. Right, Alex, we were showing you come, mate.
No, just what they're talking about. The difference between the team this year and last year's the squad. We've got a far superior squad this year. As I say, it's every game. The massive games, would you call it, tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Just get that sorted and move on to the next game. No firm game will take care of itself. We'll see what happens there. But tomorrow's a big one. Get the 3 points. As I say, I'm confident we'll win 2-0 and we'll take it from there. But we've got a far superior squad this year than we had for last year when we failed there, whether it was Dubai or what it was. This is a different Rangers team for last year. You've got to remember we're undefeated here.
Exactly.
Some record we've got.
But we seem to look at the negatives a lot rather than all the positives, Alex. Huh?
Definitely.
You know.
See if it was other side and they were going exactly who we were now. You wouldn't hear any negative talk about it. It'd be bring it on. That's exactly, Bob. That's what it'd be like. But the point is, we're trying to keep our feet in the ground here, right? We go down to St Mirren tomorrow, 3 o'clock, win the game, and Saturday will take care of itself. What team we put out will no matter.
I'm glad you mentioned that again. You want to give that time for the kick-off. There's a lot of people don't realise what time is it tomorrow, Alex?
3 o'clock.
Yeah, there's a lot of people being caught over that because it's a Wednesday. Yeah.
All right, it's ridiculous. What do you call it? Tomorrow, what do you call it? Last week, I know it's St Johnson. The prices are charging, but that's it. I know. We follow our team. We'll pay the money just to go and see them. But we're all Rangers supporters here. Everybody's got their opinion, and that's what it's about. But the bottom line is, Rangers are undefeated now, and it'll take a right good team to beat them. And it'll not be St Mirren.
No.
Right, Jordan, in you come, mate. 3 o'clock kick-off tomorrow. What are you expecting?
Well, I'm working tomorrow and during the game, but I'm working the game, so I'm going to be keeping the game on. My team is going to be McGregor in goals, Tav, Goldson, Balogun, Barisic, and then Davis and Kamara midfield, Aribo, and then I'd probably play Hadji, Roof and Morelos up front. I don't think Kent's been that good recently. He does overday things. Hadji stepped onto form. He's proved that against St Mirren, then scored the goal at the weekend, so I think that's my team. I'm going to say, again, we'll play well enough, St Mirren might create a few chances, but I'll expect us go for a 2-0 win, I think. To be honest, I'm not looking straight towards the weekend. I think getting us out of the line, maybe we'll hopefully get it wrapped up as soon as possible, but just think all back the years, what they've said, what the lies the press have spouted about us. Gerrard said the other day, he goes like that, winning a trophy with Rangers would put all the pain of Liverpool, no winning the league trophy. Pick that up in the wall, in the dressing room, every single day, get that drummed into them, and I guarantee if they perform, we'll hopefully get this league wrapped up as soon as possible. That's my opinion.
Here. Yeah, what's the other? You might have them sneaking in earlier on as Bridgeman's joined us. Evening, mate.
How you doing, pal? Everybody else okay?
Hi, Bridgeman. Yeah. Christmas.
Sorry for my lateness tonight. I had to some stuff to do.
Your mother.
Aye, I know. Excuse me, I had some stuff to do, so it held me back.
Funny enough, I did tell them Mrs. Bridge got vouchers for Ann Summers. That's what.
Very good. Very good. Can I just say that I thought that game we played against Hibs, I thought we were absolutely outstanding. They got
Wait a minute.
Sorry, pal.
Wait a minute. Just hold on there. Fox, have you got his tune?
Oh, dear.
Give me a yes, Fox.
What tune?
Everything.
I want to hear Fox's tune.
No, I've got the final music all set up, mate.
Okay. All right, carry on, Bridge.
No, I think that the game we played against Hibs, I thought we were completely outstanding. I thought they got into the game. They came in quite nicely in the second half and caused one or two shots in. But in reality, I thought...
What's your views on the Morris game, Bridge? We're away by that.
Right, okay, pal. I think tomorrow's game, once again, we have to be very, 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 very positive on this game, because that team did a number on us the last time we played them. Although it was in the cup, they did a number on us. And I believe I haven't heard what was said, but I believe that the St Mirren managers come out and quite derogatory towards Rangers again. So that may stir it up a wee bit for them. So we need to see what they're like when we come out. All we need to do is play the same way as we did against Hibs. Hibs are a far superior team to them, and we're a far superior team to both. So just do what we need to do. Goalkeeper, keep your head, everything done right. I agree with the teams, with the exception of the front line. And if it's possible, I would retain the front line as it was yesterday. That's the way I would go for it. Close to the same team. I would say I wouldn't play Morelos initially, but I'd bring him on the second half for sure, half time.
Okay. All right, it'll be interesting. I'll be really interested to see what the team's going to be tomorrow night, more afternoon, GMK.
Of course, I don't think anybody tonight has picked the same team.
No.
Not one has picked the same team. I think Macy's have all went for the usual back five, and we've all changed our midfield and up front. So it'll be interesting. I'm not worried about tomorrow. I think we'll win. Whether it's the Bridgeman, how you doing, Bridge? By the way, I think they'll do the same. We're 5-5 or we're a 5-4. But I think we'll get a good enough team to go and win it. But I'm no bothered about tomorrow. I think we'll win tomorrow. I know I went to beat the Spoon Burners 3-0, but I thought, no, if it's not going to be that, then it'll be a Bridgeman. I did say that, but I'll take a Bridgeman tomorrow and Saturday. That'll do me, and a Bridgeman and against the Sheep as well.
Oh mate, if that was to happen, we'd all be as a kite, mate.
Absolutely right. You keeping all right, Jimmy?
I'm good, mate. Still laughing, baby.
Oh, well done. I don't know how long that's going to last, but well done.
That's 23 days, mate.
Right, I'm just going to put you to mute. We're in the middle of the show, all right? There's other people. It's not just for you two, right? Bob's here, in you come. They two can get
Aye, okay. The more afternoon. I'm glad I found that out. Good old Rangers Radio does the business again. Right. I'll try and see that steps in my mind, find out why you watch the game in the morning. I never miss a kick anymore. This man tomorrow, he'll go 4-5-1. That's a start. That's a stone cold certainty. Oh, they'll do that. Eh? That's a stick on certainty. The only wee winger that played against, I can't mind his name. But that's what he'll do. He'll go 4-5-1, try and snatch a draw. That's a good one. And they'll be flying into the ball tackle. So you watch them in the first 20 minutes. They'll be right in about. They'll run in it back. You can't know why this man sets up and plays again. And we'll have to overcome that. And I'm quite sure, as I said, with the teams that's all been quoted tonight, somebody will get it right. It will be too much for them. We've got to win. Got to keep winning. But as I say, boys, before I go, we've got the big cushion. Nobody else. The pressure is all on them. Come on the Gers, do it for the Rangers. And I'll say good night to you, boys, and I'll catch you in due course. All right?
Cheers, Bob. Cheers, mate.
Take care, lads. All the best.
Good night, Bob.
Bob's away. Shug?
I don't have a problem. I think it'll be a 2-0 win for Rangers. I think first 20 minutes, they'll, like Bob just says, they'll kick and push and do whatever they have to do. But I think our flair players will come out on top. I think Rebo will just do a wee bit of his magic. I think Ken could do a wee rest, and then he might motivate him for Saturday against them. And I think Morelos is due a goal tomorrow, and I think he will get one.
All right, happy days. Jordan, what's the score going to be?
Tomorrow, 2-0 Rangers. But obviously opinions for Saturday. But just before I say something, shout out to my pal Greg. He's listening to the show now. He's a bit tired. He's a big blue nose for Cumbernauld, and he says hi to all you and the other people for the board. So you can give him a wee shout out. That'd be great, boys.
Greg, what's his name? Greg
for Cumbernauld, mate.
How are we doing, Greg? All right? Cumbernauld, mate, or the best team, mate?
Cumbernauld, aye. He's not on the phone in the now. He's not on the call now, but I try to get him to phone in, mate, but he's just finished work, mate. But I think Saturday, obviously, we'll just assume that we'll win the game tomorrow and we move on. Saturday's a big one for me, mate. That's where I would play Kenton because he's got pace, and especially against that guy Duffers that they've got at the back. I think he'll hopefully terrorise him a new one. I think we play the way we did. The sort of like when we beat them at Parkhead or Torbett Tillers in the 17th. I think we'll beat them. Form goes out the window, no fun games. And then again, we didn't even have. I don't even think we had Ryan Jack or Scott Arfield playing first off against them in the 17th, and we're 2-0 already. So I'm going to say it's going to be something
Brandon
similar.
Barker was playing. Brandon Barker.
I know. Brandon Barker was playing. But no, I'm confident. I know form goes out the window, but I'm more than confident we'll win. I'm going to say 3-1 Rangers on Saturday. I'm going to say, wait for it. I'm going to say Morelos is going to get his goal on Saturday, mate.
You have to part that. We need to get them all out of the way first and foremost, Alex.
I know, mate. I was just jumping ahead of myself there.
We need to win tomorrow night, and then Saturday takes care of itself.
I'm more than confident we'll win tomorrow night. Someone will be a stuffy team. Don't think they'll play as defensive as what Motherwell done at Ibrox, but we'll get the job done tomorrow. I'm more than confident we will.
Okay, cheers, John and Alex. And you come, Alex, with Wishaw. Then we'll go to Alex Kelly.
Aye, definitely. Tomorrow it's a big one. We play there. It's quite good that we've got St Mirren tomorrow. After being defeated with them, we've got the revenge in that. And that'll keep us in good stead. I'm sure, as I say, the whole firm game takes care of itself, but we're interested, what do you call it, 3 o'clock tomorrow and get this St Mirren game out of the road and get the 3 points in the bag. And that's the pressure back on. That's what it's about. Never mind looking about what other teams is doing. It's all about Rangers here. We keep winning. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Alex Kelly.
Totally agree with you, Alec. As Big Stevie for the drums said earlier, Gerrard said all year, our focus is the next game. We don't look forward other than the next game. And I think with Jim Goodwin's comments, his post-match and pre-match interview thing, I'll just give a wee bit more fire in the belly for Gerrard's team talk. The whole of the league's out to beat us, to stop us from winning this title. We can't let that anything distract us. So we're totally motivated to go out there and inflict a bit of damage on St Mirren, and then we look forward to Saturday.
You're here, mate. Here. You and Bridgman finished in that room? JFK, yeah?
I'm all right.
How you blah, blah, blah. Look, it's a massive game tomorrow night. I don't think anybody's taking it lightly. I get your point that other game's always in the background, but by 5 o'clock tomorrow, all focus will go on that. But how do you think it's going to go tomorrow, first and foremost?
I think I'm going for 2-0 tomorrow. A hard-fought 2-0.
A double bridge.
A double bridge will do, mate. A bridge will do, but I think going with what we've been seeing the last few weeks, apart from the spoon burners, who did have a go at times in the game, but I think it'll be the 5-4-1 or even a 4-5-1, whatever way, or even a 5-5-0, and that's what we're going to have to break down. But I'm confident the team that the gaffer puts out tomorrow will be more than enough to come away with the 3 points, rolling on to the Saturday's game, mate. So 2-0 for me.
All right, Bridgeman.
Obviously, I think it's going to be 1-0. I'm very happy in saying that. But I would love.
Result right on Saturday.
Well, there you go. Again, I'll say I was, to me, in my mind, after the game, I was wrong. Although the score was 1-0. The truth of the matter is, we should have had 3 or 4 goals there. They only had one shot on target. I know they got a bit of possession against us and pressing, got a number of corners. But the truth of the matter is, they never got one shot. They only got one shot on goal. Other than that, the Rangers had about 5 or 6 shots on goal, and that goalkeeper had a blinder. I think their goalkeeper had a great game against us. The rest of them, we're getting to the point where every team we play against, their goalkeeper seems to play well. It's getting a bit stupid, So, no, I think we're going to go. Listen, I have to say this, guys. I'm not changing my mind. This tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, biggest game of the season. The biggest game of the season. This will transform the way we want to think. We win this, it's heads up, chest suit, and away we go towards the big game against them. If we lose it, my good almighty, we're gonna pick up. Huge game to us. Massive game. Getting a massive result of the weekend. And then we need another one. Now.
Gary, if you call me.
I'm here, guys. Big game. It's the biggest game of the season, with a shadow of a doubt. No, I mean, that's not even joking aside. That's yeah. Get this right. Get the performance right. Get the scoreline right. Prepare us into this weekend. And as I say, in exactly 4 or 5 days' time after this weekend, we could be looking, not just how we were feeling good, but it's how the other mob around the other side of the city will be feeling. So yeah, biggest game this tomorrow night, or tomorrow, I should have said.
Do you think, Jordan? Do you think we should phone Greg up and see if he's in his bed? Give him a wee bit of shout out. What do you think?
Aye, go for it, mate. Go for it. He might answer his phone. I think he's listening now, but give a wee bash, mate, to see if he phones.
Just out of curiosity, what age is he approximately?
34, mate. I'm only 27, but...
And he's saying he's tired, 34?
Aye.
JFK,
he works in the same place as me. I met him through work. I met him through the workplace, mate.
Is that Gigolo's Direct?
What is it?
Gigolo's Direct? Wasted.
That was wasted.
That's right, others.
Totally wasted. Right, okay. What's you go to, Alex?
Me and JFK are there for a reason.
Right, so big game. Just quickly. Obviously, Rangers a retail deal Christmas, and there'll be a lot of houses with Castor deals getting delivered and stuff delivered this. I know mine was, but not for me, but for other people. But everything seemed to go all right. I've not picked up much or any negativity through the festive period with the retail deal. Things have seemed to have fell into place. JFK, you've got younger boys in the house.
Aye, the disappointing thing about the retail for the Christmas was that my 2 boys were there at the shop in the Glasgow City Centre, and I said it was very, very poorly stocked.
Right.
Very poorly stocked. I don't think they get the message. Hopefully, come next Christmas they'll get it right. But they said it was very, very poorly stocked. But
there was a lot of stuff out of stock, mate.
Aye. But I mean, they said it did actually look like at one point but just like bringing by. He said because there was the way that the shop had been set out, it wasn't very inviting. But look, Castore will get it right. They've taken on a big animal, which is the best club in the world, and they will get it right eventually. They've got a lot of things right, more than the things that went wrong, and we know what happened with different strips now. But I got my retro top.
Oh yes,
and it's a beautiful
small medium.
No, I've just put my throw right in there. It's a 4XL fat B, mate.
I thought it was a large medium maximum. Large medium.
And it fits like a glove, and I'm really happy with it.
Lovely.
Yeah.
You ready to bed?
Hello, I'm sorry, but the person you've called is...
No, I don't ready to bed. I go commando in bed if you want to know.
I was going to say that, or do you still go commando?
Yeah, I still go commando, mate.
Oh dear, it's been a while.
Well, tell me about it, pal. You and me both.
Right, Jordan, you're obviously ages with myself, mate, so did you get a bit of the Christos stuff?
Your ages with myself. What a shocker.
I got the new home pack that I tried.
It wasn't very...
Wait a minute, Jordan. Caller, can you turn the show off? The background, you've just come in. Turn the show off.
But they won't get it right away, so you've got a lot of things.
Carry on, Jordan.
Things that went wrong and we don't have to.
I can still hear them. Alright. I got the home tap at the Rangers store, but I got that see the retro kit. I got it the other day, but I bought it off online. And I ordered the XL one, and it came through as a junior XL today. Couldn't believe it. But luckily enough, I hate buying things online, but I couldn't get anywhere else. But I just gave it. There's a wee boy across the road who's a big Rangers fan, so it was his birthday the other day. He's an absolute Rangers star, so I just gave it to him.
Well done.
Well done, mate.
Yeah.
Every cloud is a silver lining.
Yes.
I think we've been joined by a caller. Not his nose. He's dropped out again. It was him that had the show on. But I picked up more positivity than negativity. Alex, for Wisher?
Definitely, Alex. The Castore stuff is very good. My son's get the kit, the training kit, the waist strip, the retro strip, and I got the body warmer there as a Christmas present. So the stuff's been ideal. So I have no complaints there either. I will agree with Jimmy. I was in the store in the city centre and that, and it was quite basic. It's quite basic compared to the store at Ibrox and that. But it was only in there for a quick look when I did. But I suppose I'll get that right and all.
Yeah, definitely.
But no complaints. I'm just looking forward. I can't wait till tomorrow. 3 o'clock, get this game going. Get their 3 points.
All right, I think we may have been joined by a new caller. Evening, caller. No, he's not there. Technical team are telling me Porkies. They've got a bad fire there too. But aye. So over the whole, positive, and obviously, I get your point, GFK, about stock, but I think they've been running out of certain stuff because the demand's been so high and it's been brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, when I say that, it's not a criticism. No, it's just that they were disappointed because they come back with nothing, and they were hoping that there was a lot of Rangers stuff that was Christmassy and that, But look, they'll get it right. As I say, they've just tied up obviously with the biggest club in the world. The most famous club, the most supported club in the world. So that will come next Christmas. It'll be even better. So long may that continue. But no complaints what I got Rangers wise, mate. Really pleased. Got my sliders, got my retro tap, and my big baggy Rangers shorts. I'm sitting in here and it's the summer, mate. Eating's all on.
Go on yourself, Jimmy. Go on yourself. I love it.
Sliders, Fox get them and all. He can't work. Somebody need to show Fox how to work the sliders. He's struggling.
Poor Fox.
Oh, it's true, mate. He keeps phoning over them. Trying to tell him how to wear them right, but he's not wearing them right. Anyway, we've reached that time of the evening. It's over to you, Bridgeman.
Well, what can I say? Apologies to everybody for my lateness. I was very held back quite a bit tonight. However, can I just say this? Tomorrow afternoon, our biggest game of the season, possibly in our history. This could be huge for us, absolutely massive. So can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is, please keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really, really need us, and this is when they do. Keep it going.
Okay, can I thank some of the callers tonight? Was the GFK, Fox, Bridgeman, Alex, Haley, Big Stevie, Alex from Wishaw, Gary, Jordan, Bob's here, George from Southampton, Lee, Shuggy, Jordan, I don't know if I mentioned him. I thank each and every one of you for joining the show. A few announcements for Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock with a pre-match show, as normal, and then a show after the game. Approximately 15 minutes after the game, we'll be joined by Linda. And then we'll be off here till Saturday. We'll have a pre-match show, and then before the kick-off, we'll have a post-match show 15 minutes after the final whistle. And there will be a show at 8 o'clock on the 2nd of January, obviously, concerning the anniversary of the Ibrox disaster, the 50th anniversary. So there'll be 3 shows on Saturday. Thanks for listening. Speak to you all soon. Thanks to Fox and All School for doing the technicals. Take it away, All School Blue.
I sailed the wild Atlantic, across the broad Pacific shore. I sailed around the stormy capes and I've heard the forties roar. I've climbed the Indian Ocean, I sailed the China Sea, but there's a sea back home in Scotland